The Red Wizards faction pack was one of my favorite expansions yet for Onslaught, but there really haven't been any bad ones that I've taken a look at yet, at least from the perspective of a mini collector. This team knows how to make interesting minis. The core set and the faction packs come with 6 minis per faction, and the expansions like this one add 4 more. So today we are looking at the 4 new sinister wizards in the Red Wizards expansion number 1, and many thanks to WizKids for sending them our way. So buckle up, you're in for a bit of a surprise. Let's open them up. This video is brought to you by the animated spell cards from Hit Point Press. Stay tuned to the end of the video here to get a brand new Goblin crafted 5e spell to add to your games for free. The Red Wizards faction in Onslaught specializes in summoning and ranged blasting. Let's start with Jelana Stalos, the Elf Oath of Vengeance Paladin Vanguard. Since the Vanguard in the original set was part of the Skeleton Summoning crew, if you use Jelana instead, you may need to fully pull away from that mechanic. Jelana earns divine charges when she uses her abilities that she can use to augment those abilities. And let's just talk about this awesome mini. I checked with the game designer Nicholas Yu on Twitter, and she is straight up an elf with a Nicole Kidman complexion. I originally thought that she might be a Shadar Kai, which I might still use her as, honestly. You'll note her Corellin emblazoned shield as well. Again, these are the kind of minis that you build characters around. Man oh man, I would have never thought about it, but what's a better villain than a Swarmkeeper Ranger who works for the Red Wizards of Thay? She's got that very cool spider-themed translucent cape. I am not 100% sold on the pose, but it is growing on me a little bit. She's got some really unique abilities too, including being able to swarm through enemies, causing them to bleed, being able to fall back into her spider swarm to avoid damage, and sending out her spiders to attack foes in a cone. She also has some battlefield control, especially with her level up cards that let her move and root foes, depending on which one you need at the time. Oh, this one's a fun mini for a variety of reasons. This is Zalashah, the Yuan-Ti Pureblood College of Creation bard who specializes in ranged damage. As a Yuan-Ti, he is immune to poison, but can certainly dish it out. His ability to craft a looted item into his hand can be a lot of fun. His level-up cards include Calming Aura, which seems really good, keeping melee fighters from attacking him, and Note of Creation, which I assume was meant to be Mote of Creation, but Note works well for a bard too, and that one enables his allies to use their abilities more often. From a gameplay perspective, Zalashah seems to be a lot of fun, high AC but low HP, but his mini here is just awesome. There is so much to love about it, but I just want to draw your attention to his scroll, which does indeed have translatable writing on it. If you want to translate it yourself, you can go ahead, but if you want to know what it says, I have the transcription down below in the doohickey so you can check it out yourself. And finally, we have the real oddball of the bunch, Staghar, the Harengon Circle of Wildfire Druid Healer. Just get right out of town. The Harengon from Wild Beyond the Witchlight and now Monsters of the Multiverse haven't really gotten a lot of love in either lore or minis, so seeing this little fella made me really happy. In Onslaught, he can summon a Wildfire Spirit, which has a card with stats that you can see in the lower left-hand corner here. Again, it is bring your own mini for the Wildfire Spirit, though. The Spirit can dish out additional burning and can fly over obstacles, which can be clutch in certain situations, though the downside with Staghar is that his healing isn't super reliable, as you do have to hit your ally with an attack for it to proc. From a storyteller's perspective, I am just over the moon with this set of minis. Not a single one of these are a generic human fighter that I have to struggle to talk about for 30 seconds. No, each one of these has loads of character just built right in. I would 100% present these to my players and let them build a PC around them, and then bring in any of the others as NPCs and villains into my campaign. Here you can see them with the rest of the Red Wizards from their faction pack. I know there's some contention that we don't really have much of a classic Red Wizard sculpt in these minis, but I wouldn't really trade any of them for a generic Red Wizard. I am perfectly happy with this eclectic set of deranged minis that we have right here. Before we wrap up, another free 5e spell for you. Our free spells are designed to be used on their own or paired with the animated Spellcraft Volume 1 deck from Hit Point Press. They're having a sale right now where you can get an imperfect deck for just $10 each, but they are also selling out fast, so go check that out. Today we have Fairy Tale, a 3rd level enchantment spell that lets you enthrall draw a crowd, possibly distracting them from something nefarious that your party members may be doing on the sly. Download our free spell at gallantgoblin.com/spellcraft and get your animated decks today at the links in the corner of your screen or in the doohickey down below. The Red Wizards expansion number 1 is available now for between $35 and $40. It is expensive if you're just wanting the minis, but if you do play Onslaught, they also seem like a really fun way to expand your faction options. Also, watch those prices. The core set of Onslaught is on sale as I'm filming this for about $85 on Amazon, down from an MSRP of $140. I will have those links for you down below, but watch for sales like this one, especially as we get closer to the holiday season and Black Friday. I'm going to try to knock out a few more reviews here before we pack up for Gen Con on the first weekend of August. If you see me wandering around the exhibit hall at Gen Con, please come up and say hello. I'll be using our social media platforms over here to keep you updated on what we're doing, and we'll try to have quite a few interviews and booth tours here on the channel as well, so be sure you're subscribed to check all that out. Until then, stay safe, have fun, love each other, and I will see you next time at the Gallant Goblin.